In this country, we have gotten very proficient at creating labels and putting them on things that call them the exact opposite of what they really are. And although we've been doing this for a very long time, it has to be said that we have in recent years really elevated this to a very high art. The few examples that I have pulled together of this, I freely admit to you, just barely scratch the surface. But I mean, you have to start somewhere. So here we go. At number 10, the McRib. I know, right? It's almost too easy. Shredded mystery meat pressed into the shape of something that kind of looks like a rib sandwich. But there's no rib anywhere within 10 miles of the thing. What do you call it? The McRib. Of course you do. It's so obvious, isn't it? Number 9, the smart car. Now, for those of you who haven't seen this thing yet, it's basically a go-kart on wheels. It's a little less than half the size of a Honda Civic, yet through an incredible string of regulatory oversights, this thing has slipped through the cracks to actually become street legal. That means that you can really drive down the freeway at 80 miles an hour in traffic, no less. But for anybody out there who thinks that this is a smart idea, you think you're smart for owning a smart car? We really need to talk. Alright, at number 8, global warming. Global warming. If you actually believe global warming, here's what you need to explain to me. Okay, you point to record heat waves across the country and around the planet, you know, in the summertime and other times of the year, and you say, okay, that proves global warming. Okay, I'll give you that one. I'm with you on that. But then, when the third of the country's in the deep freeze for extended periods of time, not even to mention the record cold spells across the entire planet at other times of the year, you point to that and say that that also proves global warming. What? Huh? I'm not getting you on that. Did I forget to mention that last year's conference on global warming had to be canceled? Do you know why? Because Copenhagen, the site of the conference itself, froze over. The global warming conference froze over. Come on. That never gets old. At number 7, my only historical entry into this, the Civil War. Really? What was so civil about that? Pardon me, sir. Alright, enough of that. At number 6, Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. Alright, first of all, they don't even feature Dick Clark on the thing at all. Except, oh sure, they bring him on for the final minute to do the countdown, what have you. Okay, the other thing, there's nothing rocking about it at all. They use it to showcase the latest hip-hop and pop stars, none of which I have any problem. I'm okay with all of that. You just need to call it something else, that's all. I offer a humble suggestion. Here it is. Seacrest knows dick about popping the new year. There you go. And for that, America, you're welcome. At number 5, last fall's hit CD, Taylor Swift rocks Times Square. Okay, I'm just kidding with you on that one. But I had you going there for a minute, and you know that that could just as easily have been true. And following the same theme at number 4, New Rock itself. If you live in any major metropolitan area, you have a new rock station that I guarantee you plays nothing new or that really rocks. Oh sure, they may throw in the token new track here or there, but that's only to serve as a buffer between their hour-and-a-half long marathons of Metallica and Nirvana respectively. One last thing on that. That new track they throw in, it's probably by Nickelback or who is that other one everybody's flipping out over? Kings of Leon. Come on, you call that rock? Okay, number 3. At number 3, Cosmopolitan Magazine Special, the sex issue. Really? What's so special about that? I mean, aren't they kind of all the sex issue? That's what I thought anyway. One last thing on that. If you're a dude, it really does make for some pretty interesting reading. Just every once in a while. As long as you don't get carried away with it, I suppose. At number 2, new and improved. Anytime somebody tells you something's new and improved, I promise you there's nothing new or improved about it. It's basically code for We thought we'd repackage it, redesign the logo, and splash some new colors on it in a shameless and nakedly transparent attempt to fool you, and damn if it didn't almost just work. That's your new and improved. And finally, at number 1, my number 1 thing on the list, reality TV. 30 unbelievably smoking hot young ladies living together in a mansion, larger than life, where their every whim is catered to 24/7, yet they're all competing with one another as they vie for the affections of some schlub with perfect hair, perfect abs, and the personality of a doorknob. If anybody out there would like to come in and tell me what they find to be real about that on any level, you're welcome to take your shot, but you got to know going in that's an uphill battle. Anyway, once again, I freely admit that this is just the tip of the iceberg. I could go on forever. You're welcome to add your own down here if you'd like. But as for me, I'm afraid it's about time for me to cut away. I'm going to step outside and see about taking a nice health break. And then after that, it's time to come back in here, see if I can upload some nice, wholesome Christian porn. Till next time, Steve out. Hallelujah.